How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is breaking down the books. Yesterday, coming off of a pretty good day, 9 of 16 on the night, basically went undefeated in the NHL. Gave you three picks, they all three hit. Gave you one pick in the NFL, which was Kansas City to cover. They covered, and gave you a few picks in the NBA. The last play was the Clippers. Clippers was favorite 7.5. Towards the end of the night, they said Kawhi Leonard wasn't going to be playing, so if I had a chance to get back and let you guys know, I would have told you that I am not rolling with the Clippers anymore. But I did give it out, so it's a pick, and it is what it is. Trying to keep this short, so I'm not gonna give you exactly which picks I gave yesterday. If you'd like, you could go ahead and check me out on Twitter, 514 Mystic, and that's pretty much it. Starting from the top, we got some NHL today. I'm gonna try to keep it short because we got about 13 games. Starting from the top, we got the Boston Bruins versus the New Jersey Devils. Boston Bruins obvious favorites. They're on the road, but they're losers of their last game. New Jersey's on a two-game winning streak, so they look like they're really good. But it's still New Jersey. They've been allowing a lot of shots on goal overall. Horrible on the power play in the power play kill. Boston on their end, they had a I don't know, they had a little bump in their ride because they started really hot and then they ended up going on up and down scurvy where they were losing games, bounced back, and then lost their last one. I think this should be a good bounce back game for Boston so they could prove their dominance again. Give me the minus 1.5 Boston over Jersey. Next, we got the Minnesota Wild versus the Buffalo Sabres. Linus Allmark at net versus Stalock. Both of these goalies kind of allow a lot of goals. The over 5.5 is basically where the money is at. Most of the people obviously on that because it's paying the least amount, 83 cents on your buck versus the 2 to 1 for the under. I like the over in this game, and mostly because I think both goalies are going to allow a lot of goals. And these teams are pretty evenly matched. Both of them are trending kind of in a different direction. Minnesota started slow, so they have their reason for being in the middle. Buffalo kind of started hot, and right now they're like about 10th place or just at the bottom, like between 8 and 10. Without checking, just off the top of my head, I know they're not trending in the right direction, but they're pretty evenly matched. So if anything, I'd go over 5.5. Next, we got the Montreal versus Columbus game. If I had to make a pick, I would go with Columbus. These two teams just seen each other last week, Monday, exactly 7 days ago. Montreal was the winner in that game. 3-2 was the win. 6.0 is the total in this game. Montreal's a away favorite, paying 80 cents on your buck. 6.0 to me, if it's six, it's a push, right? So if 4-2 victory, open netter at the end, or like whatever, sometimes crazy shit happens, then you got yourself a push. But I think this game might be a over. You got Carey Price at net versus Corpusalo, and I think it might be a barn burner. A lot of people are gonna be on the Columbus Blue Jackets. I like obviously the money's not on it right now, but I would lean Blue Jackets, but I'm gonna give you guys the over 6.0 instead and live with the results in that one. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Islanders. I think we got an interesting matchup here. I'm gonna check some of the historicals because we got the Islanders who are 210 underdogs on the road, and Pittsburgh who's paying 76 cents on your buck for the home favorite. 5.5 is the total, and Sidney Crosby's still out. He's going to be out for a while, so he's indefinitely out. But I'd like to get into some breakdowns on what's going on tonight. I believe Matt Murray should be at net. Last I checked, he was, but he wasn't confirmed. Uh, Pittsburgh is 2-5 at the spread in their last seven, 4-10 at the spread at home overall. They're also 4-6 on the under when they play against the Islanders. The over is what's prevalent here, 5.5. We got Varlamov at net versus Matt Murray. Both of these goalies expected 2.56 is the goal against average for Varlamov, 91% save percentage. Goal against average for Matt Murray's 2.37. Penguins. Penguins are fourth in the Metro right now. They're first in shots on goal, and they're also fifth in goals in shots on goal allow and first in shots on goal allow. So they're playing a pretty good brand of hockey. That explains why they'd be so favored. They're paying 76 cents on your buck. Uh, Honestly, it sounds like a Pittsburgh game. Minus 1.5 is paying a pretty amount. Last time they seen each other was about a week and a half ago. Pittsburgh won 4-3, so that game went way over. I don't know. I like Pittsburgh here, but again, like in these situations when you have a team that just seen each other and it's still fresh, they're probably sour about that loss. There's the revenge factor here. I'd bet the over if anything. I'll roll with the. I'll go back to the well and give the over, and I'm not gonna pick a win in that game. Next game, we got the Florida Panthers versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia on the road, not so good on the road. Florida's at home, $1.68 to your buck, 2.25 for Philly. The total's at 6.5. Favorite to go over in this game. It's looking like Carter Hart versus Bobrovsky. Neither of these goalies are confirmed. Bobrovsky 7-4-4 on the season, not so shabby. Panthers they have a win streak going on for themselves. They had a win streak going on for themselves. Then they lost, and they try to bounce back. So they played they played New York twice, beat them both times. They beat Boston. This was last week, and then they lost to Winnipeg before coming back and, like I said, winning versus New York. So they're basically rested. Haven't played since Saturday. Philly in a similar situation. Last time Philly played was also on Saturday. Both of these teams in a similar situation. Philly's on a nasty losing streak, but they've played respectable teams in the NHL outside of the Ottawa shit, trying to blank, the Ottawa Senators. But anyways, Philly, they're not a bad team, but like doesn't seem like they're playing very well on the road. If you're not backing the Panthers here, then you shouldn't pick anything at all. I like the Panthers minus 1.5. Give me that pick. I'm not sure if Carter Hart is going to be able to play so well on away ice. So let's see how it works out. I like that pick. I like the minus 1.5. We got a lot of games left. Before I go along, I'd like you guys to go ahead, smash that like button, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you're fading or following, if you're making money or not, it's greatly appreciated. All the feedback is greatly appreciated. So in the Detroit versus Ottawa Senators game, I would rather stay away from that game. Ottawa's underdog here, 2-1 on your buck. I'd sprinkle a little change on them just because it should be even money for both these teams. But obviously the edge goes to Detroit for being the home team. Both teams at the bottom of the barrel. I wouldn't pick a pick in this play at all, but I would give Ottawa as a lean, but I don't like a play in this game. Next game we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis, they're at home finally. Tampa Bay's coming to town. Seems like Tampa Bay's got it back together. We're gonna have to see. Uh, looking like looking like Vasilevsky's playing. He's not confirmed as of yet. A lot of these goalies are not confirmed. Bennington is playing, but I think Bennington should play. I don't think they're gonna go with Jake Allen tonight. This is pretty much a big game for them. Both teams are coming off of losses. St. Louis on a 3-game losing streak in their own respects. Uh, there's no real reason to back anybody here. The total's at 6.0. Maybe go with that. Go with the over 6. Easy play. And that's pretty much it. And again, before I go ahead, I'm just gonna let you guys know. Just because there's a lot of plays doesn't mean you have to bet on everything. I'm giving out a lot of plays here, but this is just things that I'm seeing off the top of my head and things that, like, with all good reason, should happen. And if I don't like a side, I'm not gonna bet one because a lot of these things are traps. But there's always an edge somewhere. There's always something that you could win. And when there's so many games, there's always a way. And also look out for me on Twitter at 514 Mystic. I will be giving out in plays. They call me the in play king. I didn't give myself that name, no lie. They call me the in play king. I give out some crazy numbers, and more times than not, they hit. And even if they don't hit, a lot of times you get a chance to cash your bets out if you're dealing with certain books, which I would rather not mention their names because I'm not getting subsidized or any kind of funding for them. So I'll keep those names silent until maybe I get some endorsements. But anyways, going back to this board, giving you the over 6.0 in that Tampa Bay game. Next game, we got the Winnipeg Jets versus Nashville. Connor Hellebuck been playing a really good game. He started slow, and now he's really been picking it up. So he's looking really good. He's supposed to be playing today, and looks like he's expected. Earlier they announced that Pekka Rinne was gonna play for Nashville, but they're giving Saros the nod. Winnipeg's a heavy dog in this game. Very heavy dog. Little is out. Byfuglien is suspended. Letisfu is sick. Bork is out, and Appleton is also out. So you got a bunch of guys who are injured. But I'm not sure why they're paying so much on the money line. I'm gonna have to check some historicals just to be sure because that's a lot of points. That's 260 to 1 for a Winnipeg team with Connor Hellebuck, who hasn't been that bad. Yeah, the last time they seen each other, they beat Nashville 5-1, 5-3, 5-1. They were shut out back in October 2018. Nashville's 1-6 at the spread in their last seven, 1-6 straight up overall in their last seven. Total's gone over 4 or 5 in the last 4 or 5, and they're also one and like I said, they're 1-5 in the last 1-4 in the last 5 games when playing against these guys. 2-4 at home on home ice. So that's 2 of 4 of the last 6. Not very good. Winnipeg hasn't been allowing too many games. Games gone sorry, they haven't allowed too many goals. Games gone under in 9 of the last 13. Looking good in their own respect. I like Winnipeg as a major dog here. So and the under maybe, but like if Winnipeg wins, you're gonna have to score a shit ton of goals. I like the money line here, honestly. Yeah, I like that. I like that money line in Winnipeg. And that's all I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna take the money line, no totals here. I'll sprinkle a little change on that. I'm giving it as an official play. Be careful with it. Obviously, there's a reason behind this, but they're paying this. They're a massive dog. That's the biggest dog on this. That's the biggest dog over here. There's there's something on. There must be something I'm missing. These guys are the biggest dogs on the board that I'm seeing right now. Winnipeg won their last two. Nashville lost their last four. Like I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. There must be some kind of. You know what? Look out for me on Twitter, man. I might give you guys some information on why this game is like this. There might be some kind of inductee or some kind of Hall of Fame. There must be something going on. Like maybe they're retiring a jersey. Something must be going on because I don't understand why they'd be paying so much money for Winnipeg in this game. I like Winnipeg. Next game we got the Canes versus the Blackhawks. Blackhawks have one of the highest win streaks in the game right now. They have a 4 game win streak. Patrick Kane been absolutely crushing shit, killing everybody left and right. Robin Lehner is at net. Robin Lehner. He's at net 2.46 goal against average, 93% save percentage. He's 5-3-2 on the season, not looking so bad. Peter Mrazek on the other side, 2.62 goal against average, 90% save percentage. Both these teams are really good. I like the under in this game. Ask me why it's an over league, but I like the under in this game just by sheer mathematics. Last time they seen each other, 4-0 Carolina. Carolina is the underdog. Obviously, they should be there on the road, and they're dealing with the hot team in the Blackhawks. I like the under. Give me the under. That's all I'm going to take. Next game, Dallas versus Vancouver. We're nearing the end here. That's a 8:30 start. Vancouver underdog 230 to 1 on your buck. 5.5 is the total. Everybody's on the under. They think that that's where it's going. That's because Dallas has been allowing maybe they probably the best team in the league at goals allowed. Ben Bishop been remarkable. 6-5-1 on the season, 2.29 goal against average. Vancouver is able to score though. They're able to get buckets. Like they take shots, but they're on a 2 game losing streak. But they're all about pace. This Vancouver team, and I'm not convinced. 5.5 is a little low. I like the over, but I might be out of my mind. I seem like I'm giving out a lot of underdogs here and or a lot of high paying picks. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just I just feel like they're trying to deceive us. You know what I mean? From what's really going on. But I might be totally off, and tomorrow I might end up being 1 of 12 or some shit. Who knows? Next game I got this Colorado versus Calgary. Uh, Neither of these teams playing very well. I don't have a play in this game. Next we got Toronto versus Vegas. Toronto's on an absolute nasty losing streak. They're the ones who should be to the 260 to 1. They should be the highest dogs on the board. They're not. They're close to it, paying 240 on your buck. If anything less than that, don't take it. I mean, they should be paying you more than that even. Toronto has the highest losing streak in the league right now, and you shouldn't be betting on them unless you have a real reason to. They got Freddie Anderson expected here. Freddie Anderson versus Fleury. Fleury's going to be at net, and Vegas always looks good at home. Now, the last time Vegas saw Toronto, Toronto won 2-1 fashion. Not so bad. I don't know if they're gonna try to play a slower pace game. Vegas does whatever the hell they want to do. Looks to me like they're gonna have some dog on skates tonight. Like trust me. Look out for that for the one of the intermissions. Like there's gonna be a celebration or some shit. You're gonna see a dog on skates. They've been practicing. I seen it. When you see that, remind yourself of me. Like when you see that the next time. Like trust me. 6.5 total. I like the under. I like a repeat of the similar situation. I like the under in that game. It's paying a lot of money too. I like the under. Sharks versus Edmonton. Sharks have the baddest win streak in the league. I can't even hate on Martin Jones right now because, well, his team is winning, and who else is reason for it? Like he's part of the reason for it. Well, most of the reason for it is that other teams that they've been playing haven't really been that good, or they haven't been playing up to potential. I'm gonna give you a list of the people they've been playing. They played Detroit, not so good. Anaheim, they were trending in the wrong way. Edmonton, they got routed 6-3. That wasn't supposed to happen. But, they're also not as good as their record leads them to be. Nashville, they're also not that good. Minnesota, bottom of the bucket. Washington, Chicago, they beat Chicago before Chicago went on this win streak, realizing that shit, we're not going to miss the playoffs again for like the fourth season in a row. No. We're Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. Well, we're mostly Patrick Kane, but you know what I mean. We're gonna be kicking ass, and we have to pick it up. This is before all that mentality came through. Now, it's a whole different story. So the Sharks, I'm not 100% convinced that they're this hot team and all of that, but they do have the hottest win streak in the league, and for that reason, you don't bet against them. You never bet against the hot team. Not the way to go. They're playing versus Edmonton, a team that they just beat 6-3. Like I said, if you don't pick the Sharks, don't pick anything at all. I don't like playing this game at all. Moving along to the NBA, because 6.5 is a lot of goals, and I want to put that game under, but I feel like Martin Jones is so shit. He lets in so many goals. I think this game easily goes over with flying colors. So, you know what? I'm going to give it. No pick, no, no pick, no pick, no pick, no pick, no pick in that game. Out here convincing myself to pick things. Short slate of the NBA, very short slate. We only got about 4 games, 5 games, 4 games. So we got the Golden State Warriors versus Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis been a really good team at the spread, more or less, more or less. They've been surprising a lot of people. Totals at 221.5. We're dealing with kids here, so kids versus kids, uh, and a couple veterans on each side. Well, mostly one veteran on one side and 2 veterans on the other side. Jay Crowder is on the Memphis Grizzlies here to, kind of bring them down to reality every time they gotta win a game or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? If the game is close, they got a veteran who could close out games for them or talk them down from wherever they're at mentally. Uh, I don't have a play in this game. You should probably go with the Warriors plus 6.0. I don't like that. I like Memphis both the cover and the over, but I'd much rather go with the over in that game. Next, we got the Pelicans versus Trailblazers. Trailblazers have Carmelo Anthony coming through for the first time. He's slated to play, expected to play, but it's not guaranteed that he's actually going to make his first appearance today. So if you guys want to bet on Portland just for the simple fact that Carmelo Anthony is there, I don't think that's a good idea. I think Portland is a horrible team, and they've been horrible at the spread, and I'm still not betting on them until next year. And it's been working out for me. Since I mentioned that I'm not betting on Portland until next year, it's been working out very fine for me. Very well for me. And I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to keep on betting against them. This game's a pick 'em, however, so I'm going to stay away from it. 230 is a total. I think that's a lot of points. I think that's a lot of points. I feel like there's some injuries in. I feel like there's some injuries in Portland. Not in Portland. I feel like there's some injuries in the Pelicans. But if certain people come back, it kind of changes the narrative. So is Brandon Ingram might even play tonight. Derek Favors is guaranteed out. Josh Hart is still going to be out, and obviously Zion Williamson is out, and you got Jahlil Okafor who might not play today. I would put my money on Brandon Ingram playing tonight. You know, I'd put my money on him playing tonight. But I don't like a play in this game. If I had to pick something, I'd pick Pelicans and the over. But I don't like a play in this game. Next game, we got Phoenix Suns versus Sacramento Kings. Phoenix, they've been covering every spread you put in front of them, at the exception of that blowout to Boston and the loss to the Lakers. Horrible, unfortunately for them. They're underdogs, 2.5. They're on the road. 217 is the total. Probably the over is the way to go. The over probably seems like the way to go here. Let me just check to see what's going on between these two teams. I feel like there might be something that I'd be missing. There might be something that I could use here between these two teams. Cause yeah, they usually go over. Phoenix goes over, but what does Sacramento do? It's not solely dependent on one team. We have two teams here, and obviously want to know. We obviously want to know where the edge is. I'm not gonna completely stay away from basketball just because I don't like Portland. Mm, Sacramento. Sacramento kind of they're at the bottom, so they're 8-4 on the under. Sacramento is this season, and they are the home team today. Phoenix like shoots a lot of threes. They're 4-2 on the under at home. That's because it's kind of a lot of points. Phoenix is also 3-0 on the under on the road. The under might be a good play in this game, but it's 217, so if it was 220 something, then yeah, I'd go under. 217 is a little low. I think it might be properly gauged. Give me the under 217. Swipe the Fox is still out here. Um, Buddy Hield and Devin Booker. No, I can't put the under. The under would be crazy. Sorry, no, my laptop just moved there. I'm sorry, I'm taking some time on this one because it just feels it just feels like the kind of game that would absolutely go over. The numbers are screaming under though. The numbers are screaming under, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, and say the game's gonna go over. The numbers are screaming under. Don't follow me on this. I'm giving it out, but don't follow me on this. I like the over in that game. I don't have a winner, but I like the over. Next, we got the Lakers and the Thunder. Thunder just coming off of playing a big game against the Clippers. I think Lakers are going to try to show out today, take advantage of the back-to-back that OKC is on. Unfortunately, tough loss to the Clippers, but Lakers are at full strength, pretty much. You know, they're not missing anybody that I know of. Let's make sure here that they're not resting Anthony Davis or load managing LeBron James and names like those. Avery Bradley is still out. He's not coming back anytime soon. And Anthony Davis is on the injury block. So Anthony Davis might not even play tonight. Look out for that. I like the under 210 in that game. Simple as that. And that's pretty much it for me for basketball. So that's pretty much it for me for the show. Like I said, I'd like you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell over here, and that'll pretty much help with the YouTube algorithm. And you'll also be notified anytime I post videos like these. So I'm going to give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown starting from the top. We got the Boston Bruins minus 1.5 to beat the brakes off of the Jersey Devils, giving you the over 5.5 in the Minnesota versus Buffalo game, giving you the over 6.0 in Montreal versus Blue Jackets, over 5.5 in Islanders versus Pittsburgh, giving you Florida minus 1.5 versus the Flyers, giving you the over 6.0 Tampa Bay versus St. Louis, giving you the Winnipeg Jets money line. They just dropped that number. It's instead of being 260, it's 255 on this book. I'm still giving it out. Money line. Give you the under 6.5 in the Hurricanes versus the Blackhawks. Giving you Vancouver versus Dallas. Over 5.5. Giving you under 6.5 in Toronto versus Vegas. Over 221.5 in the NBA. Golden State versus Memphis. over 217.0 in Phoenix versus Sacramento, and the under 210.5 in OKC versus the Lakers. 13 plays, 13 thou if I win them all. But I'm not expecting to win them all, but I make my lottery picks as I usually do. That's just what it is. Instead of betting the lottery, I feel like I have a better chance at winning that. I also pick my singles just to make sure that I secure a W. And if you'd like, you could always go on bookiebullies.com, hit me up on Twitter, and we could discuss about a parlay or whatever else. And typically, you could find starting next week, you're going to be able to find the Bookie Bullies play of the day, which is basically the guaranteed play that all of us that are working over here are going to give you out. There's four of us on a regular basis who's going to be giving you plays. So if you guys decide that you want to parlay them, you're free to do that. Sometimes we'll agree, so you might see similar picks. But you go on bookiebullies.com and get a free pick. It's obviously gonna be better than what I'm doing on YouTube because I'm giving you a lot of picks on YouTube. Sometimes I'm giving you 13 plays. The last time I gave you 15 plays. So last night rather I gave you 15 plays. We won 9 of 15. So obviously yes, 9 of 15 is a good number and all. But if you want guaranteed winners or like not just because there's nothing really guaranteed in business. If you want a higher percentage of wins, then you come and talk to us on bookiebullies.com or holla at me on Twitter. You're gonna be able to we'll discuss some things and we'll be able to work on a portfolio and get you some wins. So that's pretty much it for me. I feed you guys good luck. Best of luck to all. And like I say all the time, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So please don't bet what you can't afford to lose. And like I tell you all the time, be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.